What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tyndie. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, man, subscribe, drop a like, cause today I got a banger for y'all, okay? So today, man, if you read the title, I'm going to be going over the evolution of 2K badges, all the way from the beginning to now, man. We got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so badges, before they were called badges, man, in 2K13, yes, 2K13, a lot of you guys may not have played this game. This was actually one of my first 2Ks that I bought and owned, okay? I played other 2Ks in the past before 2K13, but this was one of the first 2Ks I actually bought myself and owned. 2K13 had the first version of these badges, okay? And they weren't called badges. They were called signature skills, which makes sense, you know? These are skills that help you play better. Now, this was the first version of the skills, okay? So there was not too many. There was 31, and they go like this: posterizer, highlight film, finisher, acrobat, spot up shooter, shot creator, dead eye, corner specialist, post proficiency, ankle breaker, post playmaker, dimer, break starter, alley-ooper, brick wall, lockdown defender, charge card, interceptor, pickpocket, active hands, eraser, chase down artist, bruiser, hustle points, scrapper, antifreeze, microwave, heat retention, closer, floor general, defensive, anchor, Gatorade prime pack, and on-court coach. Now, these were not necessary. Signature skills were not necessary, but if you wanted, you could buy them. They costed like, this was also the first year that VC was in the game, so they actually costed like anywhere from, I believe, 500 VC to like 5,000. I can't really remember, but you know, we gonna show some footage in this video, so hopefully you guys get a little idea of how this looked. But this was the first year that they were implemented in the game, and again, this was before online play was so big as it is now. So nobody really, you know, we don't really know if badges really helped us play really well, play better. It was just something that they had added that was new. And there was some overpowered badges, like, you know, most 2Ks have. Some of these badges included lockdown defender, pickpocket, posterizer, and shot creator, because players like Kobe, RIP, man, but players like Kobe, they could fade like crazy with this badge. Shot creator, you could get crazy dunks, because believe it or not, in 2K13 you could not block dunks. It was not even a possibility. So guys like LeBron were getting pretty easy dunks on people. Pickpocket, you know, people were spamming. It was tough, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, guys, these skills were bought in the My Career store, and they were rearrangeable. You could, you know, switch them around kind of like they are today. But I'm gonna hold off on, you know, 2K20 until we get there. So we moving on now to 2K14. Alright guys, so 2K14 is pretty much the same thing like 2K13, but they did add a few different badges. They added a few badges including screen outlet, which would become pick and popper. It's basically works the same for like guys like Kevin Love, who set screens and go to the, you know, 3-point line or something to shoot. Pick and roll maestro, flashy passer, one man fast break, break starter, pick dodger, tenacious rebounder. Those are all other badges that were added. And yeah, guys, these badges, they'd pretty much be like the same thing like 2K13. I mean, they were still called signature skills at this point, so they were interchangeable. You could like buy them, put them on your player. You didn't have to unlock them. This was still the time when badges weren't necessary. They were just like a addition in a way. So there was still some OP badges like pickpocket and active hands. These badges, bro, if you put these badges on, they would literally give you like a 50% steal success rating. But yeah, guys, for the most part, these badges, you know, they kept the same kind of concept. They were just skills. They weren't like necessary. You could buy them and rearrange them and stuff. So they would take a completely different turn in 2K15, man. So let's get into it. Alright guys, now in 2K15, this was like the first, actually I don't want to say that, but it was like one of the main games that was for the next generation. So they made like a lot of new changes, not just graphics, but a lot of new changes in gameplay and stuff like this, where they changed signature skills to the official name badges. They called it badges. There was now 77 in all. They separated personality badges, like, you know, the skills back in 2K13, like badges like floor general. That became a personality badge instead of a badge that you can buy and equip. So basically they separated personality badges and skill badges. Now the badges that you really wanted to unlock to play better at the park, because this was the first year that park was actually a thing. I mean, in 2K14 next gen they did have a park, but it wasn't like this where they had affiliations and everything. It was a big deal, so badges really did come in handy. And a lot of these badges were actually unlocked in my career, so you had to play my career to unlock a lot of these badges. And there was a lot. The tiers go like this: bronze, silver, gold. I know you guys already know about these tiers. This was the first year that they implemented them. And some new badges that were added include volume shooter, unfazed, limitless range, bank is open, fade ace, spin lay-in, hop stepper, king of euros, teardropper, post spin technician, post operator, post step back pro, dreamlike up and under, killer crossover, spin, kingpin, step back freeze, hesitation stunner, master of in and out, pet move size up, perimeter lockdown defender, post lockdown defender. And there was a lot of other few badges here and there, like the personality badges, but mostly those didn't really help with performance. I feel like those were just, like they say, personality badges. But yeah, 2K15 was a different year, man. And by the way, if I didn't mention it, the gold and silver tier badges, you could upgrade them by purchasing. All you had to do was press X on the badge, go to your badges obviously, and press X. Then you could use your VC to buy the next tier of the badge, pretty much. So basically this same system would be carried on to 2K16, and they would actually kind of build on it. Alright, when I say they built on it, they really didn't do too much, I'm not even gonna lie. Most of the same badges from the previous year were carried on to this year with a few subtle changes, including like removing some of the badges that like kinda didn't make sense to have. There was a lot of badges that really did not make sense to have in the game. But they did include some new badges like Pet Move Pro, Offensive Crasher, Defensive Crasher, and then there was personality badges like Gym Rat, Legendary Work Ethic, and yeah, that was pretty much 2K16 for you guys. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, 2K16 was pretty good. We all remember it as one of the best 2Ks. I myself cannot say that because, again, in my case, I did not play online too much, but 2K16, they pretty much had the same badge system. So we're gonna move on to 2K17, and this is where the badges really started to change. In 2K17, guys, the badges tier system would get a new addition. So we all know it. We all know the highest tier system, or the highest tier for a badge now in this badge system, is Hall of Fame. This was the first year that they were introduced into 2K games. Now, pretty much, this was also the year, like I've talked about in my other NBA 2K history, this was the first year that archetypes became a thing. So there was a little bit of restrictions. In previous years, 2K16 and 15, and even 14 and 13 to an extent, you could put any badge on your player and pretty much, you know, go crazy. You could have every badge, you can unlock every badge and get to every tier. But in 2K17, they eliminated this. You could still get every badge, but you couldn't get everything to, you know, Hall of Fame. You couldn't get it to the max tier. You can only get 5 badges that were appropriate for your archetype, and you would be able to get those to the max tier level, which was Hall of Fame. Now, a lot of these badges that were in 2K17 were not really new badges. Most of them were like, I'd say, renames and improvements on previous badges, because 2K16 and 15 had a lot of badges. A lot of them were just, they sounded a lot weirder than they probably should have. But a lot of the new badges included Relentless Finisher, Drop Stepper, Pick and Roller, Putback King, Mid-Range Deadeye, Deep Range Deadeye, Difficult Shots, Pick and Popper, Tireless Scorer, Lob City Finisher, Lob City Passer, Hustle Rebounder, Rim Protector, and Defensive Stopper. Now, again, like I said, a lot of these badges, they were in previous 2Ks, but they got a new name, and they were reworked, so you know, it was a little bit different. It wasn't really a new badge, they just kind of renamed them. And a lot of badges that were renamed in this year we have now in 2K20. But there was also some new badges, including park badges, but these badges you can only get by playing park, of course. And these included Game Point, Road Dog, 7 O's, Iron Man, Bone Collector, Legend Takeover, Park Bully, Winners Only, and Streak Breaker. Again, these were for the park players that went crazy at the park. If you knew you were going to play park all that year, you definitely would need these badges. This was also one of the first years that I remember there being a badge glitch. Now we're going to get into badge glitches, believe it or not, we are going to get into badge glitches. But this was one of the first years that I remember them. I remember somebody posted a badge glitch video, man, and it went crazy. You could literally have like Hall of Fame badges for like a center. Like you could, it was bad, bro. You guys, you could look it up. I'm not really gonna get into all that. But now we're gonna move on to 2K18, and this is where things got a little bit different. So guys, in 2K18, no new badges were really added, but there were a few. Some of these included quick reflexes, free throw ace, and glue hands. Now these badges, again, quick reflexes, I don't really remember it being that good of a badge. They brought back badges like interceptor and stuff like that, but I don't know. Free throw ace was a horrible badge. You had to basically shoot free throws to get it. And this was also a year where the badge system completely changed. Okay, to unlock badges you had to grind. Okay, this was where the grind began, because if you guys remember, 2K18 was the first year where the grind to 99 was a thing. So not only did you have to grind your player to a 99 to be like top rep, they got rid of park rep, you also had to grind your player like hard. You had to go insane, get badges, all of that stuff. Now when I say this, you still had to grind for badges in previous 2Ks, but you could do certain things that would help you get these badges faster. There was literally things that you had to do in order to get these badges. But in 2K18, you had to fill up a meter. Yes, you had to fill up a badge meter, a meter for your badge, with things that you know, would kind of relate that badge to. Like if you wanted to get Limitless Range Hall of Fame, you would have to shoot a lot of threes, a lot of Limitless Range threes. And this was kind of tough, I'm not even gonna lie. It was a grind for real this year. And we all remember 2K18 as one of the worst 2Ks. This may have been one of the main reasons why. I mean, there was a lot of other reasons, but the grind was real, bro. If you went out on a park with no badges, I mean, it wasn't too bad, but you really would not be able to do certain things. So the grind was real, man. But yeah, guys, if I didn't already touch on it before, this year was the year where you could have dual archetypes. So you could have gold, you could have Hall of Fame badges, you could have bronze and silver badges. It depended on what kind of build you had though. But you could not have all Hall of Fame badges, you could not have all gold, yeah, so on and so forth. So basically 2K18, it was a decent year. They got rid of park badges too, just like they got rid of a lot of other things that people enjoy, like the affiliations. So we're gonna move on to 2K19 now. Now I'm gonna keep it honest and keep it real with you guys, bro. They did not add anything real new in 2K19 when it came to badges. The archetype system was pretty much the same, the badges were pretty much the same. They may have removed a couple badges, including like glue hands and some other badges, but for the most part they had the same badges from the previous year. And honestly, a lot of the builds that had like some OP badges, they nerfed them. A lot of those builds got nerfed. Instead of Hall of Fame badges, they would have gold. Like I remember the playmaking shot creator, that build had Hall of Fame. It had like 3 Hall of Fame badges: ankle breaker, difficult shots. They all got nerfed to gold in 2K19. This was still a pretty good year nonetheless though, and the badges, they didn't take as long to grind. I mean, they still had the meter that you had to fill up, but the desired number that you had to reach to get to that next tier of the badge was a lot less than it was in 2K18. So it wasn't too bad, but you still had to grind for these badges. Hall of Fame still took a long time to get. And now guys, in the present day, 2K20, we all know what happened, man. They changed the badge system again. They changed the archetype system and everything in between. So basically guys, 2K20 had a lot new badges, a lot more improved badges, a lot new included badges. There was a lot. This list, I'm telling you, is a long list. We already know most of them, but I'm still gonna read them off. These badges include back down punisher, consistent finisher, contact finisher, cross key scorer, deep hooks, fancy footwork, fast break finisher, giant slayer, pro touch, putback boss, showtime, slithery finisher, clutch shooter, deep fades, flexible release, green machine, hot zone hunter, hot start, ice and veins, pump fake, maestro, quick draw, and we all know quick draw, slippery off ball, steady shooter, tireless shooter, bailout, downhill, dream shake, handles for days, needle threader, pass fake maestro, quick first step, space creator, stop and go, tight handles, unpluggable, box, clamps, heart crusher, intimidator. Intimidator is one of the most overpowered badges, by the way. Lightning reflexes, off ball pass, pogo stick, post move lockdown, rebound chaser, tireless defender, trapper, and worm. That was a lot. So basically they added a lot of new badges, and a lot of these badges were not necessary. Some of these badges do not make sense. We still don't know what it does, like pass fake maestro, pump fake maestro. A lot of these badges are very useless, as we know. But just as much as there were a lot of badges, or are a lot of badges that are not needed or unnecessary, there is a lot of badges that are very necessary, including quick draw, quick first step, handles for days, unpluckable. Like, there's a lot of badges that completely changed everything. Like, badges now compared to what they began as changed the whole game. Okay, so now you need badges, and compared to other 2Ks, badges were complimentary, like they would help you play better, but you didn't necessarily need them. Now you definitely need them. You cannot go on to the park with no quick draw as a point guard. You will get your shit sent. Believe me, I have done it. That was in the beginning of the year, and it is very necessary. It was very tough getting badges early on. Then they changed it to where, you know, it was a little bit quicker. There was a badge glitch. There was a lot of things that made 2K20, you know, badge grinding better and worse, but we're not even gonna get into all of it. Basically, to get badges, you had to fill up a bar for the category, whether it was finishing, shooting, playmaking, or defending and rebounding, and then you would be able to choose which badge you want. It was a cool system. It's definitely something that everybody can agree was nice, a nice addition to the 2K games. But there is still, you know, some complications with the badge grinding. It's not very easy, and it is very time consuming. But the thing, again, that they added, which you can change badges, just like the previous 2Ks, like 2K14, you can add badges, and you can really just switch badges. If a badge doesn't work for your build, you can take that off and put it onto something else. Currently, it is the same like it was at the beginning of the year. It is very hard to get badges. I don't know what they did. They made it harder. They made it easier at one point, and then they made it a lot harder. Point is, 2K really made badge grinding so difficult for no reason over the course of these years. 2K20, we already know, is not the best game. It's already like right there. It's probably right there next to 2K18 as one of the worst 2Ks. And yeah, guys, it is not a good year, but the badges, they added a whole bunch. They added a lot of badges. So that's pretty much the video, guys. This is the history of badges in NBA 2K from 2K13 to 2K20. Who knows, they might just change it again next year. They might just get rid of all these unnecessary badges. We don't know. I hope they get rid of quick draw, because there should be no reason that you should put quick draw on a point guard. We should be able to shoot pretty quickly. I don't know any guard that can't shoot fast, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, that's pretty much the video. If you liked it, please drop a like. It's your boy Tyndie. Subscribe if you're new, man. I'm gonna be out this thing though, and yeah, we'll see where the badges, what the future of the badges in 2K, how it goes. I'm out this thing though. Peace, man. Have a good day, guys.